Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. My name is Joe and this is UFC Collect Profit. Today we're going to do a deep dive on the famous 2011 Topps Finest UFC product, specifically the Hobby Box. And just a disclaimer, I'm aggregating data from a couple of different sources. I know in some of my previous videos, I guess some of the data I pulled was incorrect on some of the pull rates or some of the numbering or the serial numbers of the cards or the inserts. So if anybody notices a mistake in these videos, please correct it down below. I would appreciate it so that future individuals that see this video can get the correct information and we have a good data point for everybody to reference. So let's get started. So 2011 Finest, released September 21st, 2011. I believe that's the right date. There were a couple of data points that referenced August 31st, but September 21st, 2011 seems to be the correct date based on what I know. And this was a premium product with chrome finish cards, and it had the infamous Topps Finest refractors. It had more than 75% on-card autographs, which was amazing. And it also had memorabilia cards. And there was a lot of hype around this product at the time. And even many of the relic cards had fighter signatures right on the swatches, which is kind of cool. The set also introduced unique parallels exclusive to the UFC. Specifically the famous Octafractor card, which is out of 8, which is after the 8-sided octagon that the UFC fights in. They also included printing plates, and collectors at the time really enjoyed that. They felt like it was a step up in card quality, design, and collectability. And this product, it came out in 2011, it came out in 2012, 2013. Then it was a hiatus for almost a decade until it made its reintroduction in 2024. I'm gonna pull up this information here. You see 2011, 2012, 2013. And then the next Finest product released in 2024, so there's an 11-year gap. It came back to UFC and modern day collecting, and I would say it's definitely a home run now. But the first run to release, the one that started it all, was 2011 Finest. So the reason why I have toywiz.com up instead of my normally reliable Blowout Cards website up is that this is the only website I saw that had some of the sales sheet information and some of the more interesting data about the cards and the inserts. So I'm going to try to zoom in on this. So let's see if I can do this. There we go. So 6 autographs or relic cards in every master box. So it's hard to see at this angle, but this is a master box, and inside of this, there are 2 mini boxes. And you get 2 autograph cards, 2 fighter relic cards, and then 2 autograph relic or jumbo relic cards. There are also 4 insert cards and 12 numbered parallel cards per master box. And the master box, again, is made up of the 2 mini boxes. You can kind of see here on the side. I'm gonna go into a little bit more detail here. I know this is super hard to read, but I couldn't find this information anywhere else. So I wanted to make sure I captured it in the video just for archiving purposes. So we have on-card autographs, 101 printing plates, 101 red parallels, out of 8 Octafractors, out of 25 gold parallels, out of 88 X-Fractors, and other various numbered refractors. There are also Finest Moments autograph cards, which is this left card here of Randy Couture. That was made up of 15 fighters. And then there's also dual autograph cards, which you can see here with Griffin and Bonner. And again, I apologize for the resolution here. Again, I just wanted to capture this in the video. There's an Iron Sharpens Iron, numbered out of 25, and then a Finest, I'm trying to read, Finest Feuds dual autograph out of 25 as well. So I want to go on to the next information here. You have these autograph relic cards, which is actually on the Relic of Brennan shop here. You have Finest Threads, which has fight worn memorabilia as well. And then you have these huge autographed. This one is like the flag of Canada, which is pretty amazing. but just a huge assortment of finest flag bearers autographed book cards, which are 4 pieces of patch cards, which is 3 letters and a replica flag, which is here. And all these, according to this, numbered 1 out of 1. Finest fight mat auto jumbo relics out of 25. Finest threads jumbo autograph relic cards out of 25. So just an amazing wide array of super collectible, gorgeous, colorful, exciting cards that at the time collectors really freaked out about. I mean, this stuff is super cool. Like even looking at it today, like I'm blown away by the ingenuity of Topps 14 years ago. So here, another breakdown here, 75% on-card autographs. And then it kind of just highlights some of the key points we already talked about. Again, gorgeous looking cards. And again, here there are 100 base cards, 4 per pack. Then there's a base refractor parallel of 1 per pack. And then the number breakdown here, there's insert cards, finest moments, 1 per mini box. Finest atomic refractors here as well. And those are on UFC combatants captured on die cut refractor cards, available in Octafractor, numbered out of 8. So again, a huge, let me zoom this back out, an amazing wide array of inserts and things to collect and for people to really dive into and figure out how they want to collect a specific set. I'm going to leave a link to these resources down below in the description. Just to jump on to the next one, blowout cards. Again, you have John Jones with the menacing glare on the front. And this is basically just regurgitating what was on Toy Wiz, but I'll link it down below as well. And then another good resource is cardboardconnection.com, which kind of talks about the product. This is the other date, the August 31st release date of 2011. I'm assuming this is incorrect because the September 21st date seems to be right. If anyone has any correction down below, please comment and let me know if you have better information. But kind of clicking on some of these images to go through. Again, like this was a super premium product at the time and really represented the best of what Topps Finest has to offer. That's so cool, that dual color authentic fight. What is that? Fight worn gear. Dominic Cruz, the Brendan Schaub again, and then the 4 patch set, which was just gorgeous. So cool. So the set is interesting because there are none of the main distributors for hobby boxes online, so like Toy Wiz, Blowout, David Adams, Steel City, they have none of these boxes for sale. The last sale I can see or pricing data I could find for a main online retailer was Steel City Collectibles had them at $800 a box at one point. In 2025, I don't know what date, but sometime in the last year, and they sold out. So I think that's, even if you look here on Blowout, like they have the modern stuff in stock, obviously, but the older stuff is just not available from Blowout. And I also wanted to look at recent sales on cardladder.com. So the last sale, $700 by best offer, September of 25, November of 24, $750. This for $450 in January 24. I mean, that seems super cheap. It looks like the price was cheaper early in 2024. It kind of took off from there. And then you go further back, like the boxes, were as cheap as $70, $60, $61. And then you see where it is today. And then if you go on eBay at the moment and you try to pull up stuff to buy, there's a sealed case here, which I would love to buy. I tried to negotiate with this person about 3 or 4 months ago, but they're not willing to budge. But 8 master boxes for, $10,500. You're paying basically $1,300 a box, give or take. And then the cheapest one available for a single box is $1,300 a box plus $85 delivery out of Canada. And then I'm sure there's tariffs on this as well, which there is. So the cheapest box that's available in the US is $1,800 or best offer. So Not a lot of options to buy these boxes. Not a lot of, like, the market for this stuff is super thin. And these people could just sit on this forever and basically name their price. And I'm sure that's what they'll do. Looking at this price here for the 8 master boxes, just to get the exact math on that, 10,500 divided by 8, you know, $1,312 a box for a case probably is not that bad of a deal. And I think if you go on this person's website, let me pull this up. Yeah, this is their website. It might be cheaper on here. I don't remember if it was. Their website's kind of like old school a little bit, but it's effective. Let's see if they have it on their website. So here it is. The sealed case. And they're $9,200, which is not that bad. Sorry, $9,200 divided by 8. So you're $1,100 a box. So you definitely would be paying all-time highs for it. But, you know, I guess you can wait and be patient. But at what point do people stop being patient and just start buying this stuff? And that's what's fascinating about some of these older UFC products, because there's not that many out there. The market is thin. Like when Card Ladder shows that the next sale was at $1,200, that essentially is going to set the floor moving forward. Even if the world ends and the market crashes and everything goes down, I don't think there's so many people that have this that have to sell it. This isn't a modern product where people are buying on their credit cards or they're trying to like run a business. Like most of the people that have this stuff are collectors or investors, and they can afford to wait. So if one sells for $1,200 and sets the price, I mean, that would be great. That's why it'd be in a perfect world, like to scoop this up for $9,200. But then if somebody buy this one for, like, say they did a best offer and got it for $13, I mean, that would raise the floor of this case and it'd be a win-win for everybody. So anyway, to kind of circle back a little bit, I talked about the refractors, I talked about the inserts, and the one-of-ones was a big deal at the time. And then a lot of amazing key autographs. So just to focus on some of the autographs insert sets. Let me pull up this data here to go back to here, some of the autographs. So the Finest Fighters autographs was the main on-card autograph set. There were 35 fighters that signed directly on the base cards. And for many of those fighters, it was the first on-card autograph and a Topps product. And then those parallels within the autographs mirrored the Finest style for the base. So you had refractors, X-fractors, golds, octafractors, one-of-ones, and printer plates. Some of the big names on the autographs include Anderson Silva, St. Pierre, John Jones. And John Jones autographs on card are gorgeous for this. We'll pull a couple of those up just to look at. You also have BJ Penn, Cain Velasquez, as well as some other ones. And then you have the Finest Moments autographs, which is the other insert set, which were sticker autographs, but they're still very desirable because these specific Finest Moments, as the name reflects, were moments from big fights. So that's kind of cool as well. And the fighters on that checklist included John Jones, Randy Couture, Faber, Velasquez, and others as well. And then we talked about the dual autographs, the Iron Sharpens Iron and the Finest Feuds. Some of those included Clay Guida and Donald Cerrone, then Dan and Jim Miller. And then in the Finest Feuds, like one of the big cards that people hunt is the John Jones Rashad Evans, which we featured on a previous video. Just a gorgeous, gorgeous card. And a big money card as well, like one of the top chases in this product. That's a non-one-of-one. Then they kind of circle back to the Finest Fight Matte Jumbo Autograph Relics, which are oversized pieces of UFC Fight Use canvas, numbered to 25. And the mat was signed by the fighter, and some of the big names for that was Chuck Liddell, St. Pierre, Jose Aldo, Anthony Pettis, and more. And again, I'm not going to go by every single fighter. You can look up this information yourself. We're just kind of doing a general overview here of what makes this product special and very desirable. And there was also the Finest Threads Jumbo Autograph Relics out of 25, which included John Jones, Anderson Silva. And then the Finest Flag Bearers Autograph, which is a really cool set, like super creative for the time, which was 10 fighters were featured in the set. And they would spell out the abbreviation for the country, so either USA or BRA for the relics, and then the flag itself. So for like St. Pierre, it would have CAN for Canada, and then the flag patch would be the fourth card, so very cool. And there was even a Flag Bearer autograph booklet, which was one of one, combining all 4 patches into one booklet. So they did individual patch cards, then they had the booklets, which I've never seen one, but maybe we'll find some when we take a look. They also had the non-autograph relics as well. And super cool product. Some of the key fighters featured in this set: Chris Weidman's rookie card is in this. Has his first autographs as well. Dustin Poirier is also featured in here. On-card autos as well. Some of his stuff fetches big money, especially his one-of-ones. Demetrius Johnson featured in this set. John Jones, as I mentioned. St. Pierre is mentioned in this set. Anderson Silva. And the names just go on and on. One interesting person that's not in this set is Khabib. He's in 2012. Just wanted to add that as a kind of a notation for the set. And yeah, I mean, talking about just in general how scarce this product really is, it makes me want to reach out again to that dude with the sealed case for $9,200 and see if he would come down a little bit. Maybe I should do that. I may have to think about that a little bit. Maybe that'll be my first big purchase of 2026. But yeah, so that kind of does an overview of the set. So let's kind of dive into some of the specific cards in here that are interesting. So I sorted by most expensive cards sold for 2011 Topps Finest, and we're going to kind of go through some of these. This one sold in September. I remember seeing this when it popped up. I think I did a video that had this card in it. Is one of the top 10 in sales. But the Finest one-of-one base red refractor. I mean, how sick of a card is that? That ended up going for $15,000. Then you have the Anderson Silva one-of-one on-card auto. Another gorgeous card in action. Like these are all in action. Like this Poirier in the ring for the Silva. This one got $7,000. 2011 UFC Finest Octafractors. This card is absolutely unbelievable. On-card John Jones pummeling an opponent in the middle of the ring. BGS 9.5, autograph 10, Octafractor out of 8. This one for $4,000. I think that's a good price for that card in my opinion. November 23. Same, is this the same exact card? Let me see. 235 was this one. The different, so same grade, same style, but different serial number. Did 3,100 in late November 23. Earlier in July 2025, Octafractor Poirier autograph out of 8, mint 9, so for 2,700. I mean, just look at the foiling and like having this card in hand and having a good light source and having the foil shimmer and dance across the card. I mean, it makes the card super cool and super special. Then we have this horrible picture here, but a 9.510 BGS St. Pierre on-card autograph, Octafractor. Did 2,100 in about 2 months ago, give or take. John Jones PSA 10 auto. This is the base. It's only a pop 3. Did 1,900. Chris Weidman. On-card auto, one-of-one. I mean, amazing piece of history there. That did $1,900 in early 2025. I had an opportunity to buy this card. I passed on it. Not this exact card, but this style card. So the gold refractor out of 25, John Jones on-card auto. Like, I don't know. I mean, I like this card, I think, more than the out of 8, in my opinion. This did 1900 in late 23. I'm not going to go through every single card here, but it's just fun to look at some of these designs. Horizontal card here, the Octofractor non-autograph, Demetrius out of 8. Only a Pop 2 and BGS 95 to 1700. I want to see if there's any of these patches or memorabilia cards. Let's pull some of these up real quick. So here's the finest moments, which is what I talked about, like the moments in the fights that were iconic. So this is a sticker autograph. You can see the outline of the sticker here. 8.5 grade, 10 from BGS. So we got big money, $1,200 in late 2025. But I want to see if there's any of like the memorabilia or patch cards, because we're mostly getting all the John Jones. There's the box. Like there's none of those booklets that are mentioned. Oh, here we go. This is the printing plate. So a little different card, 101, the cyan printing plate. The black printing plates are the most desirable because those are considered like the origin plate, at least from what I understand in the plate collecting world, the people that really focus on these. I don't like printing plates. But the people that focus on them, the black one is the most important. And then after there, I don't know how it's usually ranked. Here's a 101 printing plate as well. Poirier, kind of cool. Here's a duel. So on-card sticker. Sticker autograph, Silva, Sonnen, very cool. Out of 25, earlier 2025. I did $500. Here we go. So this is the 101 printing plate for the threads. So there's a piece of relic here, but it's the printing plate. And that did $500 in late 2023. Here we go. Here's a mint 9 jumbo relic out of 8. This did 500 in middle of 2023. I mean, that's just a sick card. Authentic fight worn gear, finest threads. I don't know, if you love collectibles and you love, even if you're not a UFC fan, even if you don't like Dustin Poirier, like you have to be able to appreciate how stunning the layout of this card is and just a great creativity by Topps for this product. And then here's another jumbo relic out of 25, fight worn gear, sticker auto, huge relic, just a totally gorgeous, stunning card. So I think that'll focus on, that'll kind of cap out, kind of focus on some of the single cards. And then kind of going on what's available on eBay. So like a lot of these are owned by the same cards, but I just wanted to pull some of these up. Like this is the Poirier 101 on card, 125,000. I would argue this is the Grail card in the product. You can make a case for the John Jones, but this is Poirier's rookie first card auto 1 of 1. I mean, I'd love to know the story of how this dude got this card. And the same guy has the 7 out of 8 autographs. The same guy has the yellow printing plate. This is what I talked about. The black printing plate is the premium one of the bunch. Autograph, same guy. So this guy, Robert, 4822001, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the top cards. This card is the one I was looking to buy a while ago. So this guy Squint Sports Cards on IG, amazing Instagrammer, puts out great content for UFC cards. I wanted to buy this card, but this wasn't the right time, and he wants top dollar, and I don't blame him. I would want top dollar too. But check this dude out on Instagram. He posts killer UFC content, but again, another gorgeous card here. And I kind of go through some of more of these cars. The Jones Evans, which we talked about. So 9 with a 10 auto. Totally sick card. I'm going to add this to my watch list. Let me reach out and see if this dude will negotiate. This is out of 25. Very cool card. This is cool. So what do we got here? We got the John Jones Finest Threads, fighter worn gear, and the fighter worn gear with the jumbo. So there's like the regular, then the jumbo. Both of them are octos out of 8, I believe. So yeah, 8 out of 8. So the bookend, and then 2 out of 8. Asking 2,300 or best offer. Add that just because I like the card. And again, just to kind of round it out, like gorgeous cards, clever inserts, everything you would want in a product. Because like when products like this come out, and even with like Poirier, Kerrigan, you have John Jones, you have all these big names, as time goes by, you need multiple triggers for collectors to want to come back and look at this type of product. And while you certainly want name recognition and you want rarity, the coolness of the cards and the ingenuity of the inserts themselves, and how you could look at the modern finest stuff and look at this stuff and like wish they would do this again. I think that's what makes this set so special and this product very, very unique. And again, we'll do a deep dive one day into 2012 Topps Finest to 2013, but this is a special, special product. And I'm not sure many modern collectors that just got in the UFC in the past few years really know about this. I didn't know how iconic this product was because I wasn't collecting UFC at the time. And even when I got back into this, I wasn't focused on this type of product. But this is why I love doing these deep dives and doing these videos, because I learn, I research, and it's cool to come to this sentiment 14 years after the product released, but you're also reliving how collectors felt when it came out in 2011. And I think bridging that time and having a similar experience, there's something special about that and something nostalgic about that, that it transcends time. And the product is super nostalgic for me. And if I had to rate this, I mean, I don't like giving ratings or scales or numbers. I know a lot of people like doing that. But in my opinion, if you're going to say that 2009 UFC round one is the grail at, call it 4,000 a box, 3,500 a box, then you want to go like a little bit on the cheaper end, a 2019 Topps Chrome because of the Islam rookie. I would argue for older boxes that this has to be in your top 5 somewhere. I don't know how to do the ranking of that. I'll probably do a video of that one day, a total breakdown of where I rank every product. But I think this has to be in your top 5. I think this has to be on your radar to try to get a box of this. So go on eBay, set your alerts. You'll be competing against me, and you know, I think that's awesome. I love that as well. And I think like-minded collectors that can share this hobby together and learn together and grow together, I think everybody wins. So my final opinion on this as far as historical significance and as far as where this lands, if you're a serious collector of UFC and you believe in this product long-term, you need to take a sliver of your funds and save up something to get a box of this and just sit on it. Certainly go and buy the single cards if you want to, and try to get some of the Grail cards when they pop up if you can afford it. And even if you just get some of the base cards that are cheaper of the non-parallels, like to add to your collection, like that's a beautiful thing to do too. But I can't stress enough, I'm looking directly at the camera. Set money aside and add a box of this to your collection. You will not regret it. I think that kind of sums up the video. Please like and comment if you enjoyed today's video. I would greatly appreciate it. Really helps out the algorithm. And if you could subscribe to the channel to get daily UFC content, I would appreciate it. And again, the online sentiment of this product, and I was going to pull up comments from Reddit and some older comments on blowout cards. And sometimes I think it's too much for the videos. Maybe I'll do that next time. I did that for a couple of previous ones, but the sentiment at the time for this product was super, super high. And the sentiment of people that look at it now is super high. And I don't know. I just think that price point, value. I mean, let's assume you have to pay $1,000 a box for this. 4 boxes of finest today to get one of these boxes. I don't know. I think I would do that trade-off in my opinion. So again, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching the video. I do appreciate you. Starting out 2026, with an exciting, fun, cool product that was a lot of fun to go down kind of a rabbit hole of history and learn about this. Be safe, take care, stay healthy, make sure you do your cardio every day, and I will talk to you again soon.